Hello and welcome to Kingdom Hearts 3. This is a promotional video in association with Square Enix, and if you like what you see at any point during this video, please check the video description for more information or to pick up the game yourself. Second bit of disclosure is, I haven't played the full game, I haven't seen the full game, I've only seen these 2 levels. So please don't ask me about stuff like Hercules, because unfortunately I haven't yet had the chance to play it, but I am very excited for Hercules. So we shall see that when it comes out. Last but by no means least, spoilers. I'm going to try and keep plot spoilers to an all-time minimum. Hopefully you can watch this and not have too much spoilt for you, whilst also being able to make an educated decision on whether you want to go and play it yourself. Without further ado, let's start by looking at the actual worlds themselves, and then we will go into gameplay from there. The first world is called Toy Box, which is obviously Toy Story. This is apparently canon to the Toy Story world. It takes place between the events of film 2 and 3. So that's quite interesting. I assume there's going to be stuff throughout the world that will key into that. Again, I don't want to spoil it, and I also don't want to spoil Toy Story for you if you haven't seen them, because you really should. They are lovely. First thing you'll notice is that Sora and friends have nice new skins. They have become toys because they've entered this world. So that's why he looks a little bit different. Each world that you go into, obviously there's going to be different costumes. The Caribbean, you dress like a pirate. It's majestic. We'll come back to that in a minute. Toy Box is an absolutely lovely reworking of the Toy Story world. You go from Andy's room to a shopping centre. There's some cool stuff there. You get to go into different stores. The attention to detail is great, to the point that you could go and read the notice board in a shop and the words are there. In fact, I found a bit where there was like a to-do task and it was fix the frog, which made no sense until later in the level when there was a little toy frog that was broken and I had to fix it. And that is really cool. I like that attention to detail. I like looking at, stuff, at environmental stuff in the world, and this does it really well. There are some amazingly cool fights themed around, obviously it's a toy shop. So you have effectively giant mechs. They're called Gigas, I think that's the pronunciation. And you can use the different coloured ones to do different things. So I had a lot of fun going around punching things in the face with my mech. Again, I'm not going to go into too much detail about exactly what goes on in the toy shop sort of area, because actually it's a really nice thing that you should experience for yourselves, but it's really cool. We get to be tiny toys. We get to go into like a person-sized shopping centre and explore it. We have to climb on things. We have to work our way up to the different floors. We have to go through pipes. There was a bit where I was shooting weird hybrid dragon toys where I was just having a fantastic time. So I absolutely love the level. It's really cool. It's really bright. It's the first of the Pixar worlds we're going to see, and I think it's a really good debut. It makes a lot of sense, and I'm kind of glad that they've not done it up until now, because now we have computer graphics that match the Pixar films, so Buzz literally looks like Buzz. Woody looks like Woody. It's amazing. And off the back of that, let's talk about the Caribbean, because that looks amazing as well. Look at this. Look at the sea. Look at the islands. Look at the sand. How nice is this? It's beautiful. So that weird segue puts us into the Caribbean.
Get 'em!
Most of what you're going to see in the Caribbean area is me having a bit of ship combat as I'm talking about this stuff. The ship combat is fun, it's light. If you headshot effectively the green bits on the ships, you one-shot kill them. The key works like a propeller underwater, and there's no breathing bar, which means we can stay underwater to fight, yes, but also to explore, to look at cool stuff. Cooking is in this. As you go through the world, you will find cool things. So, for example, I found some dill, I found some parsley, I found some sea bass, I even found scallops, so Gordon Ramsay would be having a field day. And I can't wait to get involved myself and see what kind of recipes we can find, especially with the sheer variety of ingredients that I keep finding. Toy Box absolutely nails the Toy Story aesthetic, and the Caribbean one I think nails Pirates of the Caribbean as well. If anything, that one absolutely needed to wait until now, because look at how beautiful it is. And it's just so nice. I had a lovely time in the Caribbean. I didn't really do anything. I spent almost an hour just sailing around and exploring. It was so peaceful. It was so lovely. And your ship comes with some cool little things. And as you collect crabs that I mentioned earlier, not only will you level up your armor and your health, but also you'll get cool new abilities. Like, for example, a surge, which is like a charge. You start off with like a water shield as well to protect you from ships. But quite honestly, didn't really have any issues. It taps into a lot of those things I really like. I like the exploration, I like the adventure, the ability to just spend an hour exploring islands and looking for cool stuff and parkouring up things was great. Which does move us on nicely to the parkour, as I am aware that for some people that will be a big query. What I will say is you have double jump in this one, which helps a lot. You could also run up specific walls that are shimmering in a set way. So that unlocks a lot of areas for you. You can also side run on those walls. And it's really, really intuitive. It feels great. It doesn't feel clunky. It feels very, very fluid on the parkour, and it makes a lot of sense. So 2 thumbs up there. And it's good that it works so well, because you have to use it a lot to find chests, to find different things. There are mini games to collect, there are power-ups to collect, there's currency to collect. You have to explore to find them. And I like that. I probably won't 100% in the actual game itself, but I do like the option to go and have a little look, especially in places like the Caribbean, because it is so lovely there. There is also a photo mode game where you look for Mickey's lucky emblems. They can be quite challenging. They basically can involve certain angles or being close and far away and lining it all up, and that is quite a nice idea. You'll get a reward from finding them. You may also get a set bonus reward from finding some, so it is worth keeping your eye out as you go through the game. You can also take selfies with them, by the way, just in case, and you can take selfies or photos with other characters who will react to the camera, which is great. So if you want to have a photo with Donald or Buzz or Woody or Goofy or whoever, the world is your oyster. We've briefly mentioned parkour. We've talked about things like chests and collectibles very briefly. Let's get to the big thing that you guys are blatantly here for, and that's for one thing only. It's the combat, isn't it? You want to know how the keys work. You want to know how the combat works. You want to know about the new stuff, the attractions, don't you? Well, my God, because this game is amazing. It feels like a refined version of the old combat without losing a lot of the original stylings. It feels incredibly smooth and intuitive. I'll be honest, I forgot I had spells for the entire capture session because I had so much fun with keys and their transformations, but also attractions and link attacks. So we'll go through them one by one. Firstly, link attacks. So for those of you who don't know what they are, that's when you call on a character to help you with battle. For example, Wreck-It Ralph has been mentioned as someone you'll be able to call on in battle. Didn't manage to get him in this. However, here is the summon of Meow Wow, who is an old school Kingdom Hearts character. So some of you will know who this is. Absolutely adorable. You can then ride them around and attack different people, which is what you can see me doing here. So you'll be able to do that with all the other characters you can call on in battle. They'll have different moves, probably with different keys. I don't have information on that for you, and I don't know actually what is public knowledge at the moment, so you may have to wait until release for a lot of that information. However, whilst we're talking about people in your party, etc., I would like to point out that during this gameplay footage, I have had 5 people in my party, so no longer will you have to swap people in and out to account for Donald and Goofy. You can take them all with you at once, and it's amazing. Alongside characters, we also have keys and attractions. Now, the attractions really caught me out. I'm saving the keys till last. Don't panic, I haven't forgotten them. I'm saving them for a very good reason. As part of your combat power-ups, at some point in combat, you will be able to summon a theme park ride and do attacks inspired by that theme park ride. For example, the pirate ship. the teacups, which is my favourite, by the way. The teacups are ridiculous. They're so ridiculous. They're amazing. And also a carousel, which it boggles the mind. It's amazing. I don't know who thought of it, but it makes perfect sense in the mashup Disney world to have fairground rides. And I really love them. They're completely nonsensical, but that's the whole point. So I love them so much. They're so ridiculous. And off the back of that, when you have the attractions being procced, and then you also have your keys, at some points, you are just going from one special move to another special move to another special move, and it's so much fun. Obviously, you also have moves from your party, as well as the link attack. So, for example, there is a special rocket move. Goofy has stuff. Donald has his, like, meteorite shower of doom. So those turn up throughout fights, as well as the attractions. And last but not least, we have keys. You are allowed 3 keys at any one time, which you can swap between using the D-pad. So, for example, you could have the Frozen one, the Pirates of the Caribbean one, and the Tangled one, all on rotation. You can swap between them at any point, and they will give you different attacks that are themed to that key.
There! Ready when you are. Yeah! See ya! Not today! Light! Back off! There! Yeah! My shield! Go get him! So long! Try this! Yeah! Come on! Here we go!
There's just an absolute range of stuff. You never know what to expect. It's amazing. It's just such an energetic visual thing. And I don't really know how else I can describe it. And hopefully the footage that you can see of me trying all this stuff out is enough to show you what I'm talking about. It is absolutely majestic and the most fun I've had in combat for quite a while. And as you guys know, I play a lot of games with combat like this. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited for Kingdom Hearts 3. It looks absolutely lovely. It played really nicely. And a massive, massive, massive thank you to Square. The game looks fabulous. Thank you to you guys for watching at home. If you want to find out more about Kingdom Hearts 3, go and check the video description. Click on the link. It will give you all the information you need about release dates, platforms, any of that stuff. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, we will be playing it both on Twitch and on YouTube as well. Wild horses could not keep me away. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you've seen, please do give it a thumbs up. If you want to know anything more about Kingdom Hearts 3 or indeed the Kingdom Hearts franchise in general, I will make sure all the links are in the video description below, including information about the older ones, as I know some of you are new to the franchise and may want to pick up earlier ones as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you for Kingdom Hearts 3 full playthrough. Bye!